Yeah. Nigga, I'm already told you what I'm doing. Ashton, here, come get it to you. Here, close that door. Oh, you so dumb. What up, everybody? What up? What up? What up? What up? Welcome. Go ahead, hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Appreciate you guys for stopping in. What's going on? I see DRD. What's up? The party. I see you, big dog. Robert Mays. What's going on? Troy Lynch. I see you. How's everybody been? $20 detail. What's going on, Larry? I see you. I don't do any clickbait. It's definitely about the $20 detail, but it's never what you probably would expect when my titles are, I don't know. But me, I'm not like other detailers I see on here. Most detailers like to do reviews and talk about chemicals and talk about products and things like that. And it's just enough people doing that. So I try to come, I'm more of a, like if you look at my videos, it's more of like where like more of mindset. Um, yeah, it's more like mine. So what you shaking your head? What you shaking your head for? Because it's more like most detailers like to just it be the same old stuff. And I mean, once you use a few different chemicals, they start being the same. Once you start using different pieces of equipment, um, it's all pretty much the same. So y'all know me. I try to do I try to do things different. What's going on, Clean Works? What up, Clean Right? I see you. All right, let's get right into it. I know y'all see the title. It's called a $20 detail. Now, I don't think I do anything for $20 anymore. What's going on, Ricardo? I don't think I do anything, as for like lawn care or detailing for $20 anymore. And the $20 detail did not reflect my value, did not reflect what I thought my value was at the time. It was pretty much a strategy. I knew that my prices was too low, and I knew that I was undercutting myself. I just it was just a way to get my foot in the door and get something shaking. Now I knew. Now don't get me wrong. I didn't know what price to charge. I knew $20 was too low, but I didn't know. Because I think I was at 25 or something like that, and I think I did a special for 20, so it should be called a $25 detail. But 20, 25, it don't matter. But at the time, I was, like I said, I was trying to get my foot in the door. I didn't know what to charge. I didn't know any what's going on with Michael Jackson. I didn't know any detailers at the time. I wasn't watching YouTube. I wasn't even making YouTube videos at the time. Well, I was watching YouTube, but I wasn't watching YouTube as detailers. So uh, I went with I just went with a price that I knew that people would go for, and it was a price that I saw car washes charge. I didn't again, I didn't personally know any detailers, mobile detailers. I would see them around, but I mean, I never stopped to ask what prices they were charging and what they were up to and all that. What's going on, Aaron Holmes? So I said, you know what? I'm gonna set my price at $20. And I was so eager to get started. And I'm glad, that I jumped out there and just got started. Because for the most part, I think I've been on YouTube for probably about almost 5 years now. And what I would see a lot is people asking, what should I charge? How much should I charge? What should I do and all that? How to get started and all those type of things. And the biggest thing that I noticed is that a lot of people try to have everything in place or have everything perfect before they get started, even their price. And I don't care how much you plan, uh, I don't care how much you have, and how much knowledge you gain before you get started. It's still gonna be things that were unforeseen. It's still gonna be like, wow, I didn't think about that. And you get better as you go along. So me, I was so eager to get started. Y'all know the story. I got the water tank, I got the pressure washer, the cheap generator. I went and got all my chemicals from places like AutoZone, Walmart, or Dollar General, and I got started. I just want to complete a car. I want to wash my first car and get my first dollar. So boom, put the prices out 25, 35, 45, 55, something like that. And I jumped out there. Okay. Now, I'm gonna tell you what you can expect with the $20 detail. Expect to get a lot of cars and a lot of filthy cars. And I learned a valuable lesson, and I'm glad that I took that route. I learned a valuable lesson doing that. Now, at the end of the day, I would come home. I would, probably did, maybe 4 or 5 cars, sometimes only one car, and I'll be seeing how much I made, and I was happy because my business actually made $1. But it wasn't about the money at the time. It was about getting my business out there and all the things that I learned from doing $20 details. I would do, man, I'm telling you, man, I would be at a parking lot forever, just knocking out cars. Like I'll show up, I have 5 or 6 people that want to get their car done, and some of them will tip me, most of them wouldn't. I started learning that at a certain price point, you're going to attract a certain demographic. And it's usually they're gonna ask you the same questions, they're gonna make the same comments, they're gonna make the same statements. Like it's not that dirty, things like that. You start to pick these things up over time. And then as you start raising your prices, you start getting, other you start tapping into other demographics where they talk different. Some demographics, they pull up, the first thing they say is how much. And you kind of, and I can tell when somebody is the first thing somebody says is how much, then I know that they have a certain price point in their head. And if you say anything over that price point or below that price point, it can make or break a deal. But anyway, like I said, that $20 detail did not reflect my value of myself. It didn't. It did not reflect my experience or anything. But because at the time I had been, I was in my mid 30s, and I had been detailing. I didn't even know it was detailing, but I was detailing ever since I was, uh, man, I want to say maybe 12, 13 years old. And when I started really getting serious about it, like, with my own vehicles, I was like maybe 19, 20, something like that. So at the time, I had been doing it for like 15 years, but never done it professionally. So, like I said, I jumped out there and got started, man. I was just like, look, here's the price. I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get this ball going. And so I started realizing that, you're gonna get that same group of people, that same type of demographic. They're never going to get nothing extra. They're never going to get, most of the time, they're never going to get any wax. They're never going to get any leather conditioner. They're gonna try to get that $20 every time. And I started noticing that. I remember a guy, uh, he would never get his car done unless I was doing the special. And I'm just paying attention. I'm taking notes and I'm seeing what's going on. Uh, you're gonna realize that some people, it's not that they don't have the money. It's not that they don't have the money. It's that they only feel that a car wash or a detail is only worth a certain amount of money. So they're only that they got a number in their head, and they're not gonna go higher than that number. They don't care who you are, what's going on too smooth. They're not going to they're not gonna budge off their price. I mean, I literally had two people that will wait until I was running the special before they did anything. And so I just said, okay. So I started raising my prices. I went up to 35. Uh, kind of still in that same ballpark, still with the same type of people. Uh, I mean, and I noticed that the cars, that's where you get the filthy cars, because most people, uh, most people who like to keep their cars clean don't mind spending. Either they're going to do it themselves, or they don't mind paying top dollar to keep their cars clean. Now, every now and again, I will get somebody that will have a new car. They just bought it, and then they allow me to wash it, and it's clean. And that $20 didn't seem too bad to clean that car, because it would take me literally like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I was in and out because the car wasn't dirty at all. But over time, I started noticing that this is where I mean, I'm getting a lot of filthy cars that's taking me a lot longer to get these cars clean. So, like I said, I raised my price. I'm still in the same. It was only $15, and believe it or not, some people was like, "Oh, I'm good. I'm not. I'm good. I'm gonna find somebody else." Uh, and now, don't get me wrong. Now, a level of fear did kick in when I raised my prices, and I had people to stop calling me and stop dealing with me on detailing. That did get me a little nervous. I kind of wanted to go back to the price because I was getting business, you know. But when I started doing the math, I started realizing that if I had 5 people and I raised my prices and 2 fell off, well, those 3 are going to make up for those 2. And then I'm getting more money doing less work. And so, once I started getting on here, once I started uh, I got on YouTube, and the beauty of that is that those $20 details gave me a lot of cars. Because if y'all remember in the beginning when you start watching my videos, like back in like 2016, 17, y'all saw that I had a lot of footage, a lot of footage, a lot of footage. I was getting a lot of footage because those cars were cheap. I was doing a lot of $20, $30, $40 details, maintenance details, and I was getting a lot of cars, which allowed me to get a lot of experience. See, the thing is that a lot of people, they want to 2015, yeah. So a lot of people want to hop in. They want to hop in, and they watch another detailer, and they hop in. They want to make the same amount of money that this person say, oh, you need to be charging this. They want to hop in, making the same amount of money. And if you can, that's great. And sometimes a lot of people think that if they're not making a certain amount of money, it's a loss, it's a fail. It's not. It depends on how you look at it. Now, with doing those $20 details, I was able to get a lot of footage, a lot of before and after pictures. I had a lot of content to put on my social media platform, which allowed me to be able to advertise. And you got to understand, I didn't know anybody that was doing detailing, like personally. I didn't have anybody I can call and get ideas from. So everything was just on me. And I mean, look at what it turned into. Uh, I mean, it turned into me hooking up with other detailers and then learning stuff from other detailers. It also allowed me to create other platforms where other detailers can meet each other, like the New Wave, all off that $20 detail. You see what I'm saying? It's and I mean, I'm just sitting here thinking about all the things that came from that. I mean, it's a lot. All the things I was able to do off of that. I was able to get revenue from the AdSense, that the AdSense revenue from YouTube. When they play the commercials, when I run my when I do my videos. So actually, I mean, it wasn't even sometimes I used to look back at that and I used to be like, wow, I can't believe that I was doing details for $20. I can't believe it. And then when I look back at what I was doing, the same, if y'all look at my maintenance detail now is $75. But if you look at my maintenance, if you go on my website, and it's aaprofessionalservices.com, if you go look at my website and you look at my standard and my maintenance, they're pretty much the same package. The only difference is the standard gets a clay and spray wax and leather conditioner, and the maintenance doesn't get anything. All it gets is just a wash, interior wipe down, vacuum, windows, everything except the clay interior dressing and spray wax. And that $20 I was doing all that for $20. And if you look at my maintenance, my standard, like I said, it's only maybe $15 more. I think it's at 90 for a sedan. And it's just adding those two things on there. That's when it started clicking for me. Like, wow. I mean, I'm already detailed. I remember when if y'all go back and look at that video that I did, I think it was called $20 special or $20 detail or something that I did. It was probably about 5 years ago. And somebody commented and said, because I think I said it takes me a long time to do these cars. And somebody commented and said, well, you know what? You're calling it a car wash. You're probably actually detailing. That's why it's taking you longer. And so I was just like, wow, I remember that comment and it stuck with me. And once I started getting with other detailers on via YouTube, I started looking at their packages and listen to them talk and see what they were doing. And I'm like, wow, I am detailing. You know, at the time, I was always detailing cars, but I would call it a car wash. I didn't start hearing the word detail until I got a little older. I didn't know, it was always a car wash to me. Uh, but when I would clean cars, like when I would clean my mom's car, she would complain about the door jams. You don't get the door jams. You need to get this. You didn't wipe that. You didn't do this. Like me, I used to wash the car and vacuum it. I don't even think I got the windows. I would vacuum and maybe vacuum the seats, and that was it. And my mom would just point out these different things, and then I would see other people do cars, and I would see all the things that they were doing. So I started doing the same thing. I was like, okay, let me start wiping these door jams. Let me start wiping this out. Then I started saying, let me do the little air vents, and then realize the whole time I was detailing. So that $70 package, that $75 package I got, and that $90 package I got, I was doing that package maybe less than I'm gonna say 5 years ago, or maybe more, maybe 6 years ago. I was doing that same package for $20. I kind I just, but again, it was a strategy that I had, and so like it was more about the opportunity than the money at the time. Although I did need the money, but it was about the opportunity. So sometimes when you guys get out there and uh I've done dealership work. Uh and it was when I did dealership work, it was more about the opportunity. I learned from it, but I didn't like it, so I stopped. But don't make your decisions like one thing I've never done a boat. I've never done a boat, and I've did an RV, but I've never done an RV as A&A. So if I had the opportunity to do a boat or RV, it's gonna be more about the experience. And I'm not gonna, I'm gonna try to charge a price where, I make some money, but I'm going to be more focused on the opportunity. So that $20 detail that I did back in the day was more about opportunity. It was more about uh it was more about learning the craft and customer service. And because there's so much that goes into this business, it's more than uh generators and air compressors and chemicals and steamers and all the stuff you guys love. It's bigger than that. It's way bigger than that. And because if you don't know how to deal with a customer, and you don't know how to talk to a customer, you don't know how to, you know, you don't go through the motions and go through the everyday struggles of detailing. If you don't go through that, yeah, I don't care how good you are at detail. I don't care how good your skill level is. You won't be able to get a customer if you don't know how to talk to people, and if you don't know how to size people up, and almost kind of, you're not supposed to judge people, but almost kind of judge them. You kind of want to, I can already tell just by the conversation, how the conversation starts. I can already tell if the person's going to go for a full detail or ultimate detail or standard or maintenance. I could tell just by the way they're talking. I had a lady, I had someone call me. A lady called me today on the phone. She said she had a 2015 Tahoe and she wants to get it clean. So I'm asking, I'm asking her. You know, First thing I ask, because me, I'm trying to cut to the chase, and I remember I used to talk myself out of details, and that those $20 details allowed me to learn how to talk to customers because that $20 was bringing me so many people, and I started learning people because of it. And so, like, when I have a conversation with a person, I learn to cut to the chase because of that. Because what I would do is I would just be talking so much to where I would confuse myself and confuse the customer. And then they'll be like, oh, okay, well, that's all right, because I didn't talk so much and they don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. They just want a car wash. And I'm saying all this, talking all this different talking, and just you just end up messing yourself up. So, lady called me today, and she says she has a 2015 Tahoe. She wants to get it cleaned up inside and out. I said okay. I said, well, do you need any shampooing or do you need any wax? She goes, I definitely need a shampoo. Okay. She said, I got kids. They spill juice and this and this and that. I said, okay. She sounded young. She sounded like a young woman. So I'm talking to her, and I'm giving her my prices. The first thing I do is when they say they need shampooing, the first thing I do is offer them my full detail. I offer them my full detail because it's going to give you everything you need plus more. So, you know, I know most of the time women only care about the inside. They don't care about the waxing and all and the engine wipe down and all that. They don't care about that. But if you give it to them at a good price and they can get all of that, they'll go for it. Then my second option is to give her an interior detail with the wash, which we're gonna focus on the interior. But when we get on the exterior, we're just gonna wash it up, throw some tire shine, and give her car back. So I give her the first price. My first for a full detail for a Tahoe is gonna be 245 for me. So I told her 245, and I think I told her it's going to be 185 or 180 for a interior detail with a wash. I think that's what I told her, or maybe 185. I think I told her something like that, and she hung up the phone in my face. When I gave her the 245, and I said, "Hold on, let me give you this other price." And when I said 185, she hung up, and I laughed. I laughed. Uh, Now, experience, you know, teach you to laugh at these things. So I didn't worry about it because what always happens from experience, what always happens is that I get people that call every day, and sometimes multiple people a day, and sometimes I book multiple appointments, you know, in one day. Uh, but I always know that somebody is going to book an appointment, and somebody's going to book the appointment at your price. That's what I started learning. Now, when I was at $20, it was like a low price, and some people even complain about that price. Like if I say 25, I always have somebody say, "Oh, I know somebody that'll do it for 20," and I'd be like, "That's great." And I never. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to say, "Well, go to them. Then go to them. Go to them then." But I never said it. I just keep it to myself. I said, that's great. I said, I understand if you have to go to that person. And I wouldn't, and that would be the end of it. But I didn't worry about it. So that was probably around like 12 o'clock when that happened. So like around, I'm gonna say maybe around 1:30, about 1:30, another guy called. And he's like, hey, uh, I want to see how much it'll be to detail my Ford F-150. And he said, I'm trying to sell it, and I promised the guy I'm selling it to that I would get the car detailed. I said, okay, cool. Now, here's the thing: when somebody's selling a vehicle, they're willing to pay more money because they're going to sell a vehicle and they're going to get a lump sum. So they'll spend the money because they're going to get the money back when they sell the car. So those always work out. And you wouldn't know that unless you experienced it. And I had a lot of people, you're going to get a lot of people that call you to clean cars they're selling, and they'll spend the money, especially if they have a buyer when they call you. So the guy called me. Uh, he said Ford F-150, first thing I asked him, does the car need shampooing? He said, no, not really. I was like, does it need any wax? He was like, no, not really. It's not that bad. I just want to get it cleaned up, this and this and that. And I said, well, I offered him I always offer the full. Always, always offer the full. Now, if their vehicle is trash, I'll offer them the ultimate. I always go high and then we go down. Always offer them your highest package first. So I offered him the full. No, no, yeah. I offered him the full. Then I offered him an interior detail with a wash, and I even told him about the standard. Any of those packages do, you know, the way he described his vehicle. Any of those packages do. And so he was like, "Yeah, let me just go for the full." So I scheduled that for Friday. So the thing is that in the beginning, I know a lot of you guys, you may, a lot of you guys want to quit your job. Some of you guys are already full time. Some of you guys not. You want to quit your job and you want to get out here. You want to start doing this, and so in the beginning, you're going to be money hungry. You're going to want to make a lot of money because you want to be successful. You want to be able to buy equipment and pay your bills and all that. But sometimes it's just not going to start off that way. So you're gonna have to do what you're gonna have to do in the beginning. Uh, Me personally, what I did was I just came in at a lower price and I was willing to work hard to make just enough to pay my bills. So if I had to do 10 cars, I did 10 cars. If I had to do, 5 cars, I did 5. It didn't matter. I worked my butt off. Uh, but they got so much stuff out there now, like, Grubhub and uh, DoorDash and Uber and all these things that you can do, if you save up a little bit of money and you leave your job and you start working these little things, you can sustain yourself and not have to worry about money. So, when I came into the game at $20, that it wasn't about money. It wasn't about money. I knew that I was going to get my big payday soon. I knew that when I keep putting the work in, that I eventually was going to get into those good neighborhoods. Eventually somebody was going to see my work and recommend me to somebody that's willing to pay a higher package, pay for a higher package. I knew that day would come. And that's why I did it. That's why I offered that $20 special. No, not the $20 special. The $20 special because of the drought, but that's why I offered the $25 detail because I knew, come on, man, I don't care if you do a bad job. People are going to line up for that. Just like I know it's this place that a friend was telling me about in Birmingham, where he has a $6 car wash, and that place be packed. It be packed. People love a good deal, whether even if the service is not up to par. People love a good deal. And that's a good way to get yourself out there. That's a good way to make yourself look like you're busy. And I didn't, and that wasn't the plan. Like I wasn't trying to make myself look busy. I was just trying to get my business out there. But when you're posting your stuff, because I was posting my stuff on YouTube, I was posting my stuff on Instagram, and I know I gave some people the impression that, man, he's killing it. He's doing all these cars. He's making a lot of money. How you getting all these customers? This, and that. Well, you want to give the impression, that you are busy. You know what I'm saying? So you want to, because trust me, if nobody is letting you wash their car, then the next person gonna be like, well, no, he don't never have nobody. Like he must not be good if he's not, nobody let him wash his car. It's just like when you go to the barbershop. You go to the barbershop and you walk in there, it's that barber that never had anybody in his chair and everybody else is packed, and he'll be like, hey man, he'll be pointing at the guy and be like, nah, I'm waiting on him. You know, you guys know if y'all go to the barbershop, there's always that guy that nobody goes to. And you never seen him cut. You don't know if he can cut good, but nobody's going to him. So it makes you don't want to go to him. So, I thought about that later on when I started that, because it made me look real busy, because I was uploading on Facebook every day, Instagram. Uh, I was making videos. I was cranking out like 3 videos a day back in like 2017. I think at that time I might have been charging like I think I might have been charging 35 or $40 for that package back then. And it's a method to the madness. Sometimes I know people look at what I'm doing and they be like, what is he doing? Or what is he talking about? But trust me, everything I do is thought out, and I have a strategy to what I do. I don't just jump out there and just do anything. And it's been working for me. And I just keep moving in that I just keep moving in that direction. If you guys have been watching me from the beginning, you can see it. You can see it. And you guys, if you haven't seen that video, goal is called, I think it's called $20. I think it's called $20 special, $20 car wash special, something like that. And I think it has I think it has a red, either has a red Cadillac in the thumbnail or red Camaro. I think it's a red Camaro, but it's a $20 detail. And even then, that was, things had dried up. Really, things had dried up. Uh, Literally dried up. Like we stopped getting rain. Didn't rain for like what? It didn't rain for, I think, like 60 days. We had a drought. All the grass is drying up. My customers was calling me and said, "Hey, you don't need to come today. You don't need to come this week. You don't need to come next week." It just kept going. So I said, "Man, I got to get something going." And I did it. Sometimes it's not about the money. Sometimes I did a lot of free details. So you know, now you guys who are already established, you know, you may not have to do this, but if you ever have to, don't be ashamed to do it. If once you get established, you probably never have to do that. But me, just like right now, if I lose it all, if everything falls off, trust me, I will get me a poor man's setup. I'll work out of a car. I will get me a. I'm talking about. I wouldn't lose my. I wouldn't lose my cool. I wouldn't get. I wouldn't get depressed or anything. I'll just shake it off. Knock the cobwebs off, and I'll get back out there again. I'll get me a poor man setup. You know, because now like building my first setup, because you know the setup that I was working out of in my truck, it would just slip, everything was just placed in there. Nothing was bolted down, no hose reels, there was no engineering to it, but it worked. And I'm just telling you, it don't take much. And building my first setup, I'm starting to learn. The first time it was okay, and I rebuilt it again. It's a little different, similar but a little different. It's better. And I'm also thinking of another way to do my setup. But now that I'm building my setup, I'm starting to understand how a setup works. I'm starting to understand, so I know that if push comes to shove, with just a little bit of money, I don't need a lot. I can build a setup. I can build a setup. If everything fails, I can build a setup and get back out there again, because I know how to do it. I'm more knowledgeable now. I know how the customers work. I could just tell just by having a conversation with a person. I could tell, I could tell the car to stay away from. I could tell if somebody is trying to, I could just tell, you know. And you know what I'm learning right now, what to stay away from. If somebody calls you, they got a brand new car and they say they want to get the car detailed, and the car is not dirty at all. They tell you it's not dirty at all. And when you get there, the car looks good. You might want to stay away from that detail, because anything you do to that vehicle could make it look better or make it look worse. And sometimes, like today, I like, what was that? Yesterday I did a detail on a, I can't remember what type of car it was, but the car was, it had a little dust on it. It was in good shape, but it just makes me nervous. I did two cars like that within the past, month or two, where they just bought the car. and they want you to detail the car, and you're looking in the car, other than a few crumbs that's on the ground from the shoes, and rocks and debris from their feet getting on the carpets, and just a little dust that's on the dashboard. That was it. Nothing was wrong with the car. I'm talking about you didn't even need to clay the car. If you clayed it, you probably do some damage to it. And those sometimes now I'm starting to realize, and then they'll pick high packages. They'll pick a full detail. They'll pick a standard when they only need a maintenance. They'll pick it. I'm starting to feel like, I don't want to go that way all the way, but I'm starting to really starting to tell myself that I may need to try to stay away from them, because I went somewhere else, but because I've had like weird experiences with both of them. But anyway, like I said, that $20 detail is giving me knowledge, it's giving me experience, it's giving me uh it's giving me know-how to get customers. It's also giving me I'm able to look at people and just I can just tell if they're gonna do it or if they're not. And I know how to word what I'm gonna have to say, you know, to get them to get a detail, or to just say, you know what, I don't want to do it. What else has it given me? It gave me the opportunity, like I said before, it gave me the opportunity to be able to have, all this footage. What's going on, Delenn? Having all this footage that I'm talking about. I've been recording, but I haven't been able to edit anything. But I've been able to get all this footage, and I started realizing that that rather people that rather pay low cost for detail, usually gonna have the dirtiest vehicles. And a lot of those people don't really care about quality, but you will have some that'll want the car perfect for $20. Even though they gave you uh, a filthy vehicle, they're gonna want that vehicle back in immaculate condition for for $20. And I've had those type of people, and won't give you a tip, and they know how filthy their car was. And you know, and you think they're gonna call you back in 2 weeks, or call you back in a month. No, they're gonna call you back in 6 to 7 months, maybe 8 months. They're gonna let the car get trashed again, and then they're gonna call you to do it again for $20. So I started noticing that. And then, just by me not, you know, just not me sitting there and trying to make everything perfect before I start, I jumped out there and I started getting hit with these things. And so when I started getting hit with these things, I said, okay, it's just like when I gave you the analogy, I boxed a little bit. And the thing about it was, I didn't like getting hit. I didn't like getting hit in the face. You get hit in the face and make your eye water, or it hurts, or it'll leave you, discombobulated. It'll leave you disoriented. Sometimes you get hit so hard, you like, wow, like, so, I would have to come up with ways not to get hit. I got to, learn how to duck, learn how to bob and weave, learn how to block. And then sometimes just really get a strong chin, be able to take a punch and shake it off and keep moving. So it was still, it was like I started, I said, okay, well, now I need to come up with because these aren't the things you think about when you first start, when you want to start your business. You don't think about that. You think about all the good things that can happen. You think about, if you do think about bad things, the bad things you're thinking about is messing up the car, or, okay, well, I'm not going to use no buffer because I don't want to burn anybody pain. And, I don't want the PSI to be too high on my pressure washer. I don't want to hit a rock chip and, and peel back somebody's paint. Those are things most people think about. They don't think about like customer relations. They don't think about things that customers would do to get over on you. You're not going to think about that. So that's why things like that. That's why things like that. That's why I say it's good to jump out there and get started, because once you get hit with those things, you be like, okay, I didn't like that. I didn't like that punch. When that guy punched me, it made my eye water up real bad. It made me dizzy. I don't like that. So you know what I'm gonna do next time? I'm keeping my hands up the whole fight. I'm keeping my hands up. So now when somebody comes and say, when I'm throwing out a $20 detail, I know I'm gonna get a lot of cheap people because it's a cheap price. I know I'm gonna get those type of people. So it's gonna be so now you say it starts at $20. Okay. So what's for $20? I said, well, if you got a well-maintained vehicle, that'd be $20. But if your vehicle is cluttered, you got shoes and gym bags and lipstick and eyeliner and cell phone chargers and stuff all in the way that I gotta remove, from the car before I start detailing. It's gonna take me, 5 to 10 minutes to remove things out of the car. That's gonna be an extra charge. If you got pet hair debris, that's gonna be an extra charge. So now that $20, that 25 don't went up to 55 or 65. And then those people, they'll see that and they'll be like, okay, I can't get over on him. Let me go find the next sucker. And that's what they're going to do, because trust me, they're out there looking for somebody who don't know any better to get over on, and they don't care. They don't care about pristine work. They just want to get some of this trash out of their car, so people won't think they're scumbag. And that's what they do. Right. They're gonna, and like you said, yeah, they're gonna want a miracle. They're gonna want, they actually, you're gonna have people like that. Now you have some people who they don't care as long as it look better than it did. Because at that price, a lot of them, they don't care about their car. They don't care. The only reason why they get the car done is because of that. But you will find some people. You will. I've had run into them. You will find some people that will nitpick on a $20 job, and the car was filthy. It was horrible. And they're nitpicking about little minute petty stuff. So I learned real fast. So now, it's like my defense, gotta hit him with the 1-2. I see my defense is a whole lot better. And could I work on my defense more? Yeah, because they coming. It's a whole lot better now. So if it wasn't for those $20 details that I did, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. Uh, it's crazy how just making that decision, how the domino effect, meeting other detailers, getting to work with other detailers, getting ideas from other people. Would you detail in hood areas? Uh, I'll detail anywhere, but because sometimes you do have people who have money, who live in the hood, who will pay your prices. Sometimes, but it's very rare. But the way my prices are, I don't think I'll make it to the hood. They're just not paying. They're just not gonna. Most are just not gonna pay that price. Uh, and I live like 30 minutes out, so maybe 25 minutes, something like that. But with traffic, 30 minutes. So yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me, because I live close to the areas where people, will pay my price. I live in those areas. So uh it doesn't make no sense for me to drive way out there, even if they are paying my prices. Uh, I mean, I will. I'll go. I'll still go if they pay because I got one that's gonna be. I got one Friday that's gonna be about 40 minutes away, and they're getting a full detail. I'll travel for that, but there's no need for me to even try to market. It doesn't make any sense, and that's what you're gonna learn when you jump out there. You're gonna learn, and it has nothing to do with the hood, and it's all about the demographics. It just people that make a certain amount of money a year will rarely spend hundreds of dollars for a detail, aka it's a car wash at the end of the day. I don't care what nobody says. It's a car wash. You can call it a detail. It's just semantics. Call it whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, that's what they look at it as a car wash. You know, some people can barely make major repairs on their car, let alone pay $300 for a detail. It's all about understanding. The facts are the facts. It's all about understanding. So I learned that over time. You got elderly people who grew up in a different time. Some will pay it, and some not gonna pay it. It's just too much. Even if and trust me, most elderly people that worked a good job and retired, they have the money. Trust me. Because think about it. If they've been retired, if they're 75, 80 years old, and they've been retired since 60, just think about, and their houses and their cars and everything is paid for, and they get those retirement checks, and they have really not much to spend on but grandkids and trips every now and again. Just imagine how much money they have saved up. Trust me, they have the money. It's just that some people just think that that's just too much. You tell somebody, oh, that'll be 350. Oh, 350, and it's not about the money. It's just a car wash. Like, I know you wiped it and I know you took your time, but 300, So you'll learn that over time. And I don't think I would have got that experience. And I'm just talking about me. I don't think I would have got that experience had I not started at that price. I learned so much. Right. So you guys that are new, if this is your first time, like on my channel, uh, please go and join the New Wave. It's a Facebook group. It's New Wave by A&A Facebook group. Just go to Facebook, go to the search in Facebook, type in New Wave by A&A, uh, and then you'll see a New Wave logo, and you'll see my logo in the middle of that. That way, you know you're at the right place. And just go and request to join. It's gonna ask you a question. Answer the question. I'm accepting everybody. It's a place where you guys can learn about, towels and microfibers and chemicals and equipment. You can also show off your work. You can show your before and afters, show your setups, all that. This is a place where people can come together and, learn and network. Uh, I try to keep it clean there. I don't sometimes certain things get past me, but I like to keep it clean. No judging people, no telling people. One thing I don't like is uh, the negativity. No unwanted advice. You know, let people ask you for advice and then you give them advice. Don't just hop on their stuff and critiquing their stuff unless you genuinely want to help and then you direct message them. But no negativity on the page. But hope you guys go over there and join if you're not already a member. Uh do you feel that your auto detailing business may slow down this upcoming fall winter season because of what Dr. Fauci is saying in regards to COVID-19? How would you love? I would love to get your input. Man, sometimes I don't watch the news. I haven't watched the news in so long. I can count how many times on one hand I watch the news. Um, I'm not saying that COVID-19 will not affect my business or affect your business. I'm not saying that it won't. But the thing is that don't don't read too much into this stuff. Um, the media is the media. Although they do have facts, they do give out facts, but they do have an agenda as well. So, and it may not be a negative agenda. I don't know. And it may not be a positive agenda either. I don't know. But I never base things that I'm doing on what I see on the media. Uh, I think it just makes a lot of people scared. I remember watching. I remember when it first happened, how a lot of people, when COVID-19 first happened this spring, I remember a lot of people was just scared. I know one guy was like, "I'm shutting down this and this and this and that." I had no intentions on shutting down. I just kept going. Uh, I had no intentions on slowing down, and I don't worry about things like that. If it does happen, then it's time to come up with a plan to do something else. Or not something else as another. Well, you might have to do something else, but come up with when I say do something else, is me just come up with a different plan. Uh, I know they were saying what's essential and non-essential, but you don't even hear those words anymore, and it just scared a lot of people. I know a lot of people made decisions that hurt their business because of what they thought would happen, and it didn't happen for them, but they made bad decisions and they messed them up. But I I'll just keep moving forward and keep doing what my plan is to do, and I wouldn't change nothing up, and I wouldn't get scared. And anyway, when the fall and the winter come, your business is going to slow down anyway because of the weather. And if a lot of you guys are in colder climates where it gets super cold, like Denver and New Jersey and Virginia and DC and places where y'all get all those inches of snow and stuff like that. Well, here in Mississippi, a lot of times, man, after like 10 o'clock, man, it warms up. Like you could take your jacket off. It only is extremely cold in the mornings and at night, and you have like a little 5-hour window where you can get something done. Uh, but I mean, we do have cold days, but for the most part, it doesn't get extremely cold. But the thing is that with this going on, with all this COVID and all this stuff going on, and people saying, okay, we'll have to quarantine, y'all gonna have to shut down, all this stuff people saying. Well, if they're saying it, there is some truth to it. It may happen, and again, it may not happen. But I hope you guys save y'all money. And that's the thing. A lot of people are not saving their money. And I see it all the time. A lot of people act like they're making all this money, they doing this, they doing that. And then when the winter comes, their whole business goes up in smoke because they didn't save any money and they can't make it past the winter. So they got to go get a job and they quit and they sell all the equipment. Uh, I always try my best to save a nest egg. I mean, first thing I look at is my mortgage, my house, you know. So first thing I do is I save up. At least I know, okay, it's September. So September will be a decent month of earnings. October will be a decent month in earnings. You're gonna start to see it slow down the last 2 weeks of November. Right when Thanksgiving is coming, you'll see it slow down. Then it might pick up again because it's Christmas time. People may order uh, certificates or buy details for their loved ones, for their family and friends and stuff like that to go up. And then that week of Christmas, you might have a boost because people want to get their cars clean because they're gonna go on road trips. And then, you may get a few people that come back from Christmas road trips and get their cars cleaned up. And then January, that's when it just does this. It just goes after New Year's, New Year's Eve, that New Year's Day, it just starts declining. So I know, and this is my experience. You guys may be different, but for me, that's when it goes down. Now I'm getting it. Everything now is sporadic. I may get a call to clean some bushes this day. I may get a call to trim some crepe myrtles that day. I might get a call to lay some pine straw. But it's like I don't know when it's coming. You might get a call, hey, can you do this? That you might make a couple of $100 over here, $100 over here, $50 over here. It's just not. It's not like it is during the regular season. So I know that I'm gonna need my mortgage for December. I'm gonna need my mortgage for January, and I'm gonna need my mortgage for February. And I try to do one more month. So I need 4 months. So I save up at least 4 months of my mortgage. Okay, I got a car note. I need to save up 4 months of my car note. I'm saving this in January up until November. I'm saving this money. So that's why when the wintertime comes and y'all watching me, I'm going live and making videos, and I'm just chilling. I'm kicked back because I expect not to do anything. And then guess what? The bills are already paid for those 3 months. So now when when I get a job, oh, I'm happy because it's extra money for me. When I get a job, oh, I go do that job. Guess what? I, do I go blow it? No. I start saving again. I start now. Matter of fact, I said from January. No, I start saving from November to the next November. That's what I do. So, and I do that every year. And I'm talking about it can be if somebody gives me a tip, I'll save that. I even was doing okay for every job I do, I'm going to save $10. For every job I do, I'm gonna save $20. So if I do 5 jobs, that's $100 I save that day. I peel it off and I put it away. I get a certain amount. I go to the bank. What's going on, Sharon? I see you. I put it in the bank, and that's how I do it. I break off a little bit every day, every day, every day, every day. And and when it gets too much, to where because I don't like to keep a lot of cash on me. When it gets too much where I feel uncomfortable, boom, I take it to the bank, and then I do it again, take it to the bank. So by the end of the season, I got my money. So I'm not worried about, I'm not worried about me. I'm not worried about, the winter time. Actually, I'm looking forward to it because I need the rest. So I hope you guys are saving your money. I hope you guys are saving your money, man. When we getting a glimpse of that new setup. Actually, I'm working on the video now for it. I'm working on the video now. Been pretty busy, so I'm just, it's gonna take me time to edit it. And the reason why it's taking me so long to edit is the new software. Uh, I made one video. I made a few videos. I made a few videos on it. I made a few videos on the new software, and I put them on. I put one on Facebook, and then I didn't release the other ones. I'm just playing around with it because when I put out the content, I wanted to be like, I want it to be good like my other ones. I don't want to use the excuse that the editing software is different. So I'm trying to learn it. So you'll see. I've been giving y'all. I don't know if you check my. I do have a video of what it looks like, of what the setup looks like. I've changed a little bit since then, but it pretty much looks the same. So if you go to my channel and you look up, I don't know, I might have put, I don't even know the name of the video, but it's something set up and it was done maybe 2-3 months ago. If you go look at that, if you go check that out, you will see what it looks like, or you probably already seen it. Well, actually, hold on, let me see. It's called. I can pull it up right now. Let me see. Yes, 2020 mobile auto detail setup part one. So y'all can go check that video. It's 6 minutes long. Y'all can go check that video out. And I did it about what 2 months ago. So go check that one out, and you can see what the setup looks like. But I actually got a video where uh, I actually have a video where I pull up and I do a yard, and then I do the car at the same house. And that was the whole purpose of the setup of that, because I always wanted to do that. I got so tired of going, having to go back and switch out and all. I have to come back to do the car where I could do it, do it all at one time. Actually, I do, Juby Lopez. I had a customer call me Friday before last. Friday called me Friday or Thursday and um said that because I clayed her car in a direct sun, and what it did was it allowed moisture to get under the clear coat, and her car and her clear coat start bubbling and peeling, and the vehicle was already oxidized on the top. The roof of the car was oxidized. The hood wasn't oxidized, but it had some rock chips in it. And so she said, "Did you use a sealant on my car?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't use a seal. I mean, I did what you asked me to do. You wanted wax." And so I washed it, clayed it, and I waxed it. And I didn't clay the top because it was so oxidized. I didn't, I washed it, but I didn't, it was no need to clay it. And there was no need to put wax on top of oxidation. Like, it was so heavily oxidized and the clear coat was gone. There was no need to even mess with it. And she says, she sent me pictures of it, and she said, "I just need you to go look at it to tell me if you ever seen anything like that." And I was like, "Okay, Hoovy." Man, I'm still gonna destroy that name, man. I'm so sorry. You said the J is, so it's Uvi, a Hoovy, a Hoove. The J is silent. Appreciate the donation, man. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to. I'm just gonna have to call you Lopez, man. I don't want. I don't want to destroy your name. I don't want to be disrespectful. But yeah, but yeah. So she's like, she's going on and on and on, and I'm trying to tell her that clay is not strong enough to cut clear coat, and she was like, "No, the clay cut the clear coat." I'm like, she said, "I went to two body shops or three body shops, and they said that it's because of the clay. The clay, exposed this and that." I'm like, "Okay, what body shop did you call?" And I'm like, "Okay." So I said, "Okay," me knowing that that's not the case. I called I called I called the body shop. And I already know the answer to the question, but I just want to know what the body shop going to say. So I called the body shop. I said, "Hey, let me ask you a question." I say, "Does clay cut through clear coat?" He's he said no. He said clay does not. He said it's not that aggressive. It's not going to cut through clear coat. I said thank you. I called another body shop and asked. The guy told me no. I called three more body shops after that. They all said no. And I'm calling body shops because the lady lives not far from me. I'm calling the body shops in like a 5 mile radius. So I know I had to at least call one that she went to, that she said she went to. So I'm telling her, I said, "Ma'am, I I went I wanted to go talk to her. So I wanted to go meet her, but she wasn't there to show her clay." I said, "Clay is literally like Play-Doh. It's not a the only thing it would do, it would mar, right. Clay, only thing clay bar do, it will scratch the clear coat and it will mar it if you're pressed down too hard, or if you use some they do have some more aggressive clay bars, but it's not going to cut clear coat. It's not going to remove clear coat." And so she was just going on and on and on. And I'm telling her, "Ma'am, I've been doing this for a while. I've never cut through clear coat with a clay bar ever." I said, "The only thing that's going to cut clear coat is if you use a high speed buffer and you leave it at one spot for way too long at a very high speed, or and that'll burn it. Or if you use sandpaper, or if you use compound." And compound is a least is not as it's more aggressive, but it's not aggressive like sandpaper. Those are the only things that's gonna yeah, she sent me some pics, but I don't even know. I don't even know how to make put those pictures on here. I wouldn't even know how to do that. But I probably would. Let me see. Well, she sent it. She texted to me, but I don't even see if I can put. It didn't take me too much. I had to go from my phone and from my phone to here. So, but she did send me pictures. But from what I saw on the pictures, it just looked like rock chips. I see you, Alex. Yeah, because I mean, even if it's not lubricated, even if you use a clay bar and it's not lubricated, it's not going to cut through clear coat. It's going to mar it. It's gonna dull it out and mar it and make it look, make put lines in your clear coat, but it's not going to cut. It's not. It's not aggressive enough. The only thing that's going to do that is compound sandpaper, or if you improperly use a rotary at a high speed and leave it at one spot for too long. And that it may be something else I'm not thinking about, but those are only ways I can think offhand for sure ways to remove clear coat. But yeah, but yeah, that was the only thing I had today, man. I mean, well, that wasn't today. That's the only weird thing that I had, and she just went on and on. And then I had to tell her, because it was kind of like she was insinuating that I messed her car up, and I was like, man, like, trust me, if I messed your car up, trust me, I would, I would, I would tell you before you see it that I messed your car up. And I've played too many cars to mess up a car playing. Done too many clay jobs, too many of them. And I didn't use a clay bar clay. I used a clay bar mitt. Oh, my name's Anthony. That's how you pronounce it. Is there any sport you like? Nah, man, I'm not a sports guy. Uh, Watching those guys make millions. Uh, I mean, I do watch it for entertainment sometimes, but I'm not a sports guy where I have a team and get all crazy about it. I don't care who wins the Super Bowl. I don't care about that, man. Yeah, but I see you sharing. The topic tonight is the $20 detail. You probably have to go back and watch it, but basically, I was just saying how the $20 detail has allowed me to get to the point that I am now. How the $20 detail gave me the experience to deal with customers, how it gave me the experience to charge properly, uh, to defend myself against people that are trying to get over. Uh, because they're out there. Um, I remember I had a lady who called me, and I think I told this story before, but I had a lady who called me, I want to say back in 2000. Yeah, how I started, right. I had a lady who, I think this was 2016 or maybe 2015. And I remember I did a special. And the thing, I did a special, I think I did like $35 for a wash and wax. And what I did, it was a maintenance detail and add wax. And all I was gonna do is I was already charging $25. So for an extra $10, I was just gonna put spray wax on your car. So I would wash the car, do the interior, do what I do for the 20, and then for the 25, and then for the extra 10, I was going to for the extra 10, I was going to put some spray wax on the car. Well, she called me and I showed up, and the car wasn't dirty at all. I mean, it was well kept. I washed the car, vacuumed it out, wiped it down, put some spray wax on it. So that had to been 2015. I didn't hear from her again until 2017, and she called me to. She wanted me to do her bushes. She wanted me to trim her bushes and lay pine straw. So I said, okay. I go out there. I give her an estimate. I tell her that her pine straw is going to be 100. it's gonna be $150 just for the pine straw. And then so I'm putting the numbers together and everything. And I think I gave her, I can't remember what price I gave her. But it should have been $300 or maybe like 350. No. I'm sorry. It should have been $400 because it should have been 450. So anytime I'm laying pine straw, whatever the pine straw costs, that's what I'm also charging to put it down. So if the pine straw costs 150 for me to buy the pine straw, I'm charging the handling fee to deliver it to you, plus an additional 150 to install it. So it's going to be 300 plus just to buy it and install it. Plus you want the bushes trimmed. That's probably going to be another $150. So I give her the price and she tells me, can you do it for 175? So I'm looking at, I said, no. I said, I just told you that your pine straw costs 150. So you want me to go pick up pine straw and come out here, trim your bushes and put the pine straw down and walk away with 25 bucks? I said, no, that doesn't make any sense. So they went with my price. No, what I did was, and I learned from this. So what I did was I said, okay, I started seeing where I could cut prices. So instead of her, because I don't get charged tax when I buy pine straw. I don't get charged sales tax. So okay, I took the sale because I don't get charged sales tax. So what I did was I bought the straw in my name because usually when I buy the straw, I put a work order in, and so I bought it in my name, so she didn't have to pay uh tax. So that probably saved her like 15 bucks. I waived the delivery fee, which was another 45 bucks. So I look and saw where I could cut prices to where I could still make a profit and she'll save a little bit of money. I don't remember how much I charged her, but I saved her a couple of dollars. So I did the job and that was that. Didn't hear from her again for another 2 years. It was 2019. She calls me to do the job again. Same thing. Trim the bushes, lay pine straw. I said, okay, so I'm working up the price. And in her mind, yo, this guy gave me a deal last time. I want a deal again this time. That's her mindset. And so uh, she goes, well, last time you did it for 175. I said, no, I didn't. I said, you wanted me to do 75. And I told you when you told me that last time that your pine straw is at this price. There's no way in the world I did it for that price. That don't make any sense. So you see, she tried to get over on me. So now I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, all right. So I charged her. I didn't give her no deal. I charged her whatever. And so I said, well, look, I said, I don't take none of this personal. I said, I don't take this personal, but uh you can, if you need to search around for a better price, be my guest. If you change your mind, give me a call. See, these are things that you learn when you're dealing with a lot of people. And I don't think I would have had the volume of customers that I had if I wasn't charging a cheaper price at the time. That allowed me to know when somebody's trying to get over, or somebody's, the games that people play, the things they do. And so I say, yeah, just call me when and see me, I don't get emotional about it. I don't get mad about it. I don't try to, have a long conversation going back and forth with it. I don't do that. I just give them my price and I say, hey, here's my card. If you change your mind, give me a call. I don't mind that if you go shop around. Trust me, I don't. If you find a better price, good. You know. So uh I say maybe a day or two, they call me back like, yeah, we're gonna let you do it. So then she was like, she called me again after the job, after the Pine Straw job and everything. She called me back to do her car. Now she only wanted the outside done. She said, "Well, how much for the whole car?" I gave her the price, and she said, "Well, how much just for the outside?" I was like, I gave her the price or whatever. So I'm going out there. I go out there, I do her car, and then she says, "Yeah, next time I'm gonna give you a tip." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like I don't. I mean, I like tips just like everybody else, but if I don't get a tip, I'm good because my prices are good. Like literally, the tip is in the price. So she so I took my little check, went on about my business. She called me again. I did the car again. And I remember when she was writing out the check that she was gonna give me a tip. I'm gonna see if she put the tip on the check. Get the check, no tip. And I said, okay. She called me again. So now this is where I have to stop this. So I said, hey, my prices went up. So it's no longer gonna be this price, it's gonna be this price. She goes, oh no. So I'm just saying that those type of things, just those experiences that you have, it's not always a loss, it's not a defeat. You know, if you feel defeated, if you feel like somebody got over you, it's temporary because the thing, what you're gonna learn from that experience. So it's certain phrases that they do, it's certain stuff that they say. Sometimes you can tell when somebody's trying to get over on you or trying to be cheap. They're always gonna say something that has nothing to do with anything. Like when I was talking to them about doing the Pine Straw job, the husband says, "Yeah, I let my wife handle all the money." What does that got to do with me? You see what I'm saying? So when he said that, I already knew they was on some, they was on some BS. Because that's not something that you tell somebody. You know, what you and your wife however y'all handle y'all financial situation has nothing to do with me. If your wife handles all that, and then I think about it, if your wife handles all that, then why am I talking to you? So then I started talking to the wife, and it's just I was just like, so now it's like now that I have a very good clientele, I have excellent customers and excellent clients. Now that I have those excellent customers and excellent clients, it exposes the bad ones. Because when somebody treats you right, you know what wrong is. When somebody treats you wrong, you know what right is. And I'm talking about I'm telling you, I have a customer. No, not a customer. I have a client lives literally probably 8 houses down from me on the same street. Like my address is 10 this, her address is 10 that. Like literally same street. I can walk out to the street, look down and see her house. One of the best, one of the best clients I've ever had. Every single time, and I do mostly I've detailed their cars a few times, but I do mostly lawn care for these people. And every time I do their yard every 2 weeks, I get a tip every time. Christmas time come, just give me a bonus. And I'm talking about this is stuff that they don't have to do. All I want from them is what I work for. And they do all this. They pay on time. They don't try to negotiate prices. They pay what I ask for. And when you get those type of customers and when you get those type of clients, you know, the ones that are you're gonna see, they're night and day. You're gonna see everything with them is price. And everything with your customer and clients is I just need to get it done. Like, you know, they're asking for price because they want to just compensate you. for price to see if they can talk you down, or to see if they can talk you down, or to see, if like, okay, well, they're comparing prices because they're shopping around and they're not loyal to anybody. And no, don't get me wrong, nobody owes me anything. I don't owe nobody anything. But that's how it is. So that's, you're when you start getting those type of customers and those type of clients, you're gonna start to see like, wow, like this is how it's supposed to be. Like I'm telling you, man, it's amazing, man. Like, you know, you go and do a $300 job and they tip you $50. And I'm looking at this like, I'm like, wow, I'm getting tipped more than I used to charge when I first started. $50 tip, $60 tip, $100 tip. Come on, man. When that starts to happen, and I know for a fact that doing those $20 cars prepared me for this. Because what it did was I would get the nastiest vehicles, and I was getting those vehicles clean. I was getting those vehicles clean. I'm talking about night and day difference, $20. So now when I get a car and I'm charging 185 or 205 or 225 or 245, when it's like, wow, this ain't nothing. Like when I look at it, it's like, I was doing this for a fraction of the cost that I'm doing it now. And this ain't nothing. And then when I started meeting other people on YouTube and they were showing me the tools that they was using, like the drill brush, the air compressor. Once I got my hands on that, oh, it was over. It was over. I was ready to do a nasty car when I got that. It was over. Man, they're gonna do I see you. Do you regularly get customers who try to negotiate with you, or is it every so often? When you respond with the bold statement on your prices, how do most of them react or receive your confidence? Well, they can only go two ways. Most of the time when people try to negotiate, like I don't budge, like, so it's only two things they're gonna do. They're either gonna get the service or they're not. And when people try to negotiate, they do that, it just turns me off. I don't even want to do the car no more after that. Uh, I remain professional, but yeah, some just say some will do it, but we end up not doing it because most of the time they're not doing it. Because if a person trying to negotiate the price, yeah, nah, that just makes me a little nervous when they try to negotiate. Because now, if let's say if we negotiate a price, I mean, let's say if I don't budge and you go with the price, right? Okay, well, you might be feeling salty that I didn't go down. And then, when I do the vehicle, you're gonna start looking at the vehicle to find a mistake or find, looking at the vehicle to find a mistake or looking at the vehicle, you miss a spot or. So when they do that, I don't have time for that, man, because like when a plumber comes to your house, when the electrician comes to your house, uh, most people don't. I mean, some people try to negotiate everything, and that's and this is some people culture to do that. Uh, I'm from Nigeria originally, from West Africa, and my culture, that's what they do. They negotiate everything. I'm Americanized, but I just to me it just I don't like it. Unless you know now in the beginning I negotiated because I had no choice. Uh, because I was negotiating an opportunity. So I did it back then, but now, I'm established. I'm still growing, but I'm established. Uh, and I have the thing is that I have customers that will pay with no questions asked. No questions asked. Okay, my vehicle, I have some says I need my vehicle detailed. Okay, ma'am, do you need any shampooing or waxing? Well, I'll let you tell me when you get here. Okay, so if you get 5 of those customers, am I gonna worry about the 10 that's negotiating? No. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna worry about and I'm just saying once, like I said earlier, once you get those good customers, yo, you can get 5 and that replace 15. I'm telling you, that 5 will replace 15 negotiators because those five are going to let you tell them what the car needs. They're going to tell you what the car needs and they're going to pay it with the tip and tell their friends and their family. And their fans and family are going to call you. They're going to do the same thing. You see what I'm saying? I got one lady. She's like, I think she's in local politics. She's in local politics. She has a she's like an admin of this group that we have here in the county. And I did her the first thing I did for her was a headlight restoration. I went on the group and I put up a video in the group and she called me for a headlight restoration. I did a headlight restoration for her, and then I came back later on to do like a wash and wax on the vehicle. And she has been recommending me to people, recommending me to people, recommending me to people. Now, she hasn't got a service from me in probably 4 months or something, 4 or 5 months, or maybe longer. But she has recommended me to so many people. And when I go there, yo, Lisa recommended you. Lisa recommended you. I've had like at least 5 people, and all of them have been full details or ultimate details. That's what I'm saying. So if I got one person like that, why am I worried about 10 people who don't want to pay my price? It just don't make no sense. And the thing is that I don't negotiate anymore because I don't have to. I'm not gonna negotiate. For what? I don't have to anymore. I'm past that stage. It doesn't make any sense to do it. Self-made creations. I see you. Zeri, I see you, big dog. There's so many products out there. How do you decide what products are best for your business? That's a good question. I'm gonna tell you guys, man. I'm not a product guy. I don't really care, man. But products are important. You need good products because you want you need good products. You want the stuff to make the job easier and give you good results. Uh Man, at the end of the day, a lot of the products that you use on a daily basis are pretty much the same. All I'm gonna tell you is find whatever that you like, whatever works good for you, go with that. And once you find something, you stick to that. Another thing is how much can you buy at a time? If they offer it in bulk, if you can get it in bulk, buy it in bulk. Buy it in bulk. You want to buy tire shine in bulk because you're gonna be using a lot of that. You want to buy APC in bulk because you're gonna be using a lot of that. Spray wax, all that stuff. Car wash soap, you want to buy it in bulk. I mean, if you can afford it, because you can get 5 gallons of tire shine for like $100. You can get you can get you know drums of 30 and 40, I mean 30 and 55 gallon drums of car wash soap. It'll last you a year. That's what you want. You want to find it at a good price. Yeah, well, that's cool. You don't agree, but that's for me. Now, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. I'm talking about for me. Now, I've been doing this for about 8 years. So year one, I negotiated because I didn't have any customers. But it doesn't make any sense for me. It doesn't make any sense for me to negotiate with someone when I have people that are going to pay the full price. Because if you stay in this business for any amount of time, go ahead and negotiate. Go ahead and negotiate. Go back and forth with them, and you let me know how that you stay in this for about another 3 years, and let me know what happens with that person that you negotiate with every time. I'm not negotiating my prices. I mean, I'm not telling you guys not listen to this now. I'm not telling you guys that what I'm saying is right for you. It's right for me. So it's fine that you don't agree with it, but it doesn't matter because it's for me. Now, if you want to negotiate, go ahead. I'm just telling you my experience to negotiate. Because every time I go to that person, it's going to be a negotiation. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I'm not. I like product. There are products I really like, and other detailers will tell me those products are garbage, and I use. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Uh, that's the thing, man. To each his own. Uh, like when I first started, when I first started, I was using I was using a lot of stuff for Dollar General and Walmart and AutoZone and O'Reilly's, and I still pop in there from time to time. But I buy my stuff in bulk now. I have 55-gallon drums, 30-gallon drums. Bug and tar, car wash soap. I spent probably about 1,200. I spent about 1,200 uh on all this stuff. So I know a lot of this stuff is gonna last me, especially the APC and the car wash soap. It's going to last me at least a year. And that's it, because I started noticing it didn't matter when I only was doing a few details a week. It didn't matter when I was doing a few details a week, but when I started doing, 10 a week, five or more a week, and then you start to see yourself going back to the store, going back to the store, going back to the store, and you're doing the math. Uh, like I love the Armor All tire shine. If you spray it on and let it sit, for a while, it doesn't sling. It gives a nice shine. The shine is nice, rich, and thick. I know a lot of people don't like to use Armor All, but I think Armor All is like I think a bottle of Armor All is like 22 ounces or 28 ounces, uh, and it's $5. So it's 60. What is it? It's 128. Am I right? It's 128 ounces in a gallon. So if I buy, and it's $5 for like a 20 something ounce bottle. So if you buy like 5 bottles, that's only that's still not even a gallon, and you spent $20. When you can go to one of these distributors and they'll give you can get a gallon of tire shine for $20 a gallon. So uh after a while it was more of a, when it comes to products, it should be about the quality of the product. Does the product work? And how much can you get? You know, how much can you get? Because, like when you go get McGuire's and stuff like that, uh a lot of that, some of that stuff, you can get them in gallons in gallons and stuff like that. But like when you go to like AutoZone or Walmart, you're not gonna find them that, you're not gonna find a lot of chemicals. They only sell in ounces. So a lot of people don't realize that in a business you are there to make money. You want to keep the overhead down. You want to do a great job. Be able to exactly. Customers are 25. Doesn't tell it should be. Exactly. Like that's the thing. Uh, because I see the point that I don't know how you say that name. Is it Wyvanette? I can't. I'm sorry. I don't even want to mess your name up. But you know about present people a cheaper package deal, or negotiating with a person. Like I said in the beginning, you know, I don't lie. I'm gonna give it to you straight. I negotiated. I charge cheap prices. I did that first, and trust me, there were times my equipment would break, and I would have to go to my savings to fix it. Now, when my equipment break, I can take the money I made that day and fix it. That's a difference. I'm not. I'm. The thing is that why would I go back and forth with somebody when I got 5 people right here that I ain't got to go back and forth with, that'll pay the price and tip? I'm not doing it. It doesn't make any sense. Now, if I don't have those 5 people, yeah, I'll negotiate and I'll go back and forth. But I'm not in that stage anymore. I'm not gonna do it. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Trust me. When you can't pay a bill, or when you're not making the money you should make, because trust me, you negotiate with this person. Guess what she gonna do? She gonna recommend you to some more negotiators. Trust me. Trust me. I remember I was doing a family member of a family member vehicle, giving them a deal. Family, right? Giving them a deal. I go over there and do the car. She's on the phone. She's on the phone with somebody. And then she's telling the person, oh, he's over here doing my car. Girl, blah, 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 this, that. And then oh, girl, how much he charging? Oh, he charging me this, that. She said, yeah, you do her car. You come on, give her a deal. I've been knowing her a long time. Give her a deal. You see what I'm saying? Now you finna bring me a whole bunch of people that want deals? I'm not doing it. And I got a lot of experiences, personally and watching. I was a police officer for 11 years, no, for 10 years. There were places where they would feed officers for free. When I tell you, you look in that parking lot, it be the whole precinct there eating for free. It's 13 to 20 people in that restaurant eating for free because they got a uniform on. Do you know how much money that business is losing? The supervisor used to say, you know what? Half of y'all gonna have to go somewhere else, or half of y'all gonna have to pay. You see what I'm saying? If people know that you're gonna negotiate, they're gonna take advantage of you. I would if I know I can get the price cheaper. I would. You here just like Neil White said, you're here to make money. It's just that simple. Just think about it. Think about it. I didn't pick up the phone and call you and say, "Hey, do you want a detail?" I don't call people. I don't walk up to people and hand them cards and say, "Hey, I'm a detailer." I don't do that. I promote my stuff. I pay for it. Some I do for free. I promote myself and put myself out there. They see it and they say, "Oh, I want it. I want that. I want that." And they call me. Okay, you call me. You call me. I didn't call you. You see what I'm saying? That means you want it. So this is the price. Okay, you can't pay it. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, in the beginning, I did negotiate. Like I said, I didn't have leverage. Now I have leverage. I'm not going to negotiate. Now, if now if there's a new opportunity that comes up and I'm not and I don't have any leverage and I don't like just like boats. I want to do some boats, some airplanes. I've never done one. You see what I'm saying? So if a company calls me and say, "Hey, we got planes out here that we're going to need to get done, once a month, and this and this and this and that." Okay, I may negotiate because this is a new opportunity. This is a time for me to get some experience. You see what I'm saying? But once I'm solidified and once I'm established in that field, I'm not negotiating no more. Once I know what it takes, because guess what? The next man gonna come in and he ain't gonna negotiate and he gonna get what he asked for. Trust me. Trust me. I'm telling you, I've been doing this for a while. Now I'm not saying I've been detailing a long, long, long time, but as a business for 8 years. And trust me, out of them 8 years, I spent 3 years charging cheap prices. Trust me, when you get with some negotiators, the negotiators, man, ooh, no. See, the thing is that when 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 you negotiate, they got something you want, you got something they want, y'all meet in the middle. Okay. If you don't purchase my service, it doesn't bother me. Trust me. I had a lady, literally, I had a lady call me. And when I gave her the price, hung up in my face. Huh, she called me. She hung up in my face like I did something to her. You called me. My prices and everything is on my website, but you too lazy to read. You could have read, you could have went to the website and read it. But what you do, you want to talk, you want to, you heard the price, you didn't like it, you hung up. Check this out. An hour later, an hour later, a guy called me and scheduled a full detail. I offered him I offered him the full detail, and I went all the way down to the lowest package that will give his car to give him what he needs for his car. I offered him two packages, and he picked the high one. So why am I worried about this person that did not want to pay? And I guarantee you the car was filthy. I guarantee it was. People get desperate, start negotiating. What I've learned is I stopped doing the negotiations because I could have one customer that's paid 200. So why would I go back and forth with a 25 customer? Exactly. Why? When I didn't have to, when I had to, I had to. It is what it is. When I had to, I had to. And think I got a video. I'm trying to tell you guys, y'all go watch that video. And watch what I'm saying in the video. Listen to it. This is 5 years ago. Look at the video. That's because I had no leverage. I didn't have customers paying for full. I didn't even have a full detail package. That's what I had. I'm trying to tell you guys. This is my experience. Now, if you want to negotiate, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Do it for a while, and then come back to me and tell me how you feel in another year. In 2-3 more years. Come back and tell me your experience. Trust me. Trust me. I've been doing it. I've been doing it for a while. It never fails. It never fails. Some of this stuff be an experiment for me. I've done it. I know. And I'm telling you, everybody that's successful now in detailing, the majority of them got the same story, got a $25 detail that they was doing, or a version of it, something cheap. All of them that I talk to, they tell me how they didn't know how to charge, how they had a customer tell them you're not charging enough. Had a customer that would give them more than what they asked for and tell them, man, you ain't charging enough, man. I literally listen. I'm gonna tell you. When I went, I remember. Matter of fact, I had some flyers. I used to have one laying around here, but I had these flyers. Literally on the flyer was $25 detail on the flyer. On there. I passed the flyers out. And I'm going in nice neighborhoods where you're not supposed to pass out flyers. But I was like, you know what? I'm just a dummy. I'm gonna go out here and pass these flyers out. And if they call the cops on me, I'm just gonna be dumb. I'm just like, oh, I didn't know, I was gonna play up my southern accent. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm sorry. You want me to go take them all off? Oh, no, sir. No, sir. Just you can't do that, right? Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, let me give you a car. I wash cars. I was just gonna be dumb. It's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission. And anyway, so I passed them out. Lady called me. She lived in this neighborhood. About 80% of the neighborhood is a golf course. It's a huge neighborhood. And she calls me and she said, yeah, I got your card in my mailbox, and I want to see how much you're charging me. I said, what kind of car? She said, Toyota Camry. I said, $25. She said, $25. I said, yeah. She said, well, when you say $25, it makes me think you're not going to do a good job. That was the first time I ever heard somebody say that to me. Okay. So, I took it in. It didn't have an effect on me at the time, but I took it in. So I go and do a car. She gives me like $60. Wow. Okay. $40 tip. Okay. I go about my business. That same year, the neighborhood that's across from that neighborhood, I get a detail over there. It was a white Lexus RX 350. I told her $35. This lady didn't even ask me how much it cost. She said, okay, here's the car. I started. She said, how much? I said, 35. She said, 35. She said, what? She said, you've been out here 2 hours. She said, no. She gave me $100. You see what I'm saying? So I'm having this experience with these customers, but then I go on the other side of town and I got customers that's arguing over, that's negotiating $25. Come on. No, man. No, it's no, man. That was the experience that I was having. So that and then over time, I just started noticing when they see that $25 price, that says a lot about you, to them. Now, to you, you're valuable. But when you say $25, they see that, you know, nah. It's just, and like I said, I don't knock nobody for what they charge. Your price is your price. I don't knock anybody because I don't know what stage you are in. I don't know your experience. I don't know any of that. Your price is your price. Now, if you give me your story, you ask me for advice, then I'll give you my opinion on what I believe or what I think. But other than that, that's your business. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly. Exactly. I see you, Neil White. Right. That's what I'm saying. I see you, David Branch. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, no, it's the thing is that, you know, and when I hear people talking like that, when I hear people talking about like, oh, you got people out there that can't afford it and this and that. Well, if you want to pick a day where you want to do charity, that's great. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done that. I've picked somebody, I'll ask around and or I may run across somebody and I'll give them a full detail for free. You know, charity. I do stuff like that all the time. But business is business, man. Business is business, and your business is not going to survive if you're negotiating. Just think about it. You go to Best Buy. You see what I'm saying? You go to Best Buy. You're not going to hear nobody say, "Oh, I don't agree with your price. You should come up with a price that somebody can afford." No, Best Buy is going to say is this phone is $1,000. This phone is $1,000. This That's what they're gonna say, and you're gonna pay $1,000. When they want to put it on sale, they'll put it on sale. Other than that, they're whatever they list this price at, that's what you're gonna pay. You can complain all you want to, they don't care. But you're not gonna hear nobody say nothing to Best Buy. You see what I'm saying? So why wouldn't the individual, even though you're a small business owner, individual, that people feel entitled that you should lower your prices? No, not exactly, exactly. I'm not, you know, like I said in the beginning, I had to negotiate. I did. I had to go back. I went back and forth because I knew the opportunity that I was going to get to do that car. Okay, look what all I can do from that car. Okay, go back and watch. Go like I said, that $20 detail video. I think it has. I don't even know how many views. Let me go find that video right quick. When we hop off the live, man, I want y'all to go check that video out, man. And trust me, I ain't mad. But I'm passionate about this. Okay, the video is called My Mobile Car Wash 2. It's called My Mobile Car Wash 2 $20 special. That's what it's called. And that video has 53,000 views. 5 years ago, 53,000 views. And I still make money off this video. I make money off this video. Now, here's the thing. When you said I was negotiating opportunity, yeah, I'm negotiating for the opportunity because I knew that, okay, when I went to all my customers, lawn care and detailing. I sent out a mass text message, emails, and I was like, yo, $20 car wash special. And so my phone started bing, 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 start text message, start replying back. I start schedule. Okay. So I knew that this is the opportunity I was gonna have. The opportunity I can name a few of them. One, I get the opportunity to learn a vehicle that I've never done before. I get the opportunity to get tips. I get the opportunity to be seen. That's what I'm negotiating. See, what's going on? What's going on is can't negotiate with AT&T. And see, the thing is that when I say something, you're trying to use my words against me, it's not gonna work. What I was negotiating is an opportunity to get all this, the opportunity to do a car and be seen doing a car, the opportunity to get better, the opportunity to get more experience, the opportunity to use products and tools on your vehicle. I was getting paid to advertise basically. So it was a win-win for everybody. You getting your car done for a cheap price, and I'm gonna be able to do a video. I still get comments on this video right now. It only has 53,000 views, but it's one of my biggest videos. Now, I got videos right now that's better content, better video quality, but why does that video get so many views? Now, it's got a lot of thumbs up and it's got a lot of thumbs down. People don't agree. But the thing is that they're not looking, they're only looking at $20. Wow, that's cheap. They're not looking at, or they may be looking at, my detail methods. Who knows? But what I'm saying is I had the opportunity to record videos of that. It gave me, and that video is earning money right now to this day. Every day I check it, I may get $5 one month, $20 another month, sometimes $100 on that one video. It just goes up and down. Sometimes it just blows up and sometimes it dies down. But I still offer that. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I was negotiating. I wasn't negotiating price. I wasn't negotiating price. Price didn't even matter. I was just trying to get enough money to make a profit. Like I said at the time, the money didn't matter at the time. It didn't matter at the time. It was growing the business. I knew that I was going to make more money later on. All I had to do was be patient. I knew it was going to happen. A lady asked me how much I charged to Jillian Kern. I said 30. She didn't call me back. I think she wanted to pay 20. The pad is more important than the polish, in my experience. Over negotiating or AK selling yourself short will make it harder for you to raise prices as far as transitioning while work hard for a little bit. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, man. Like, that's the thing, because the day that I raised my prices, when I was over $150 for a full detail, when I was over $150 for a full detail, and somebody went on the website and booked one, and then I got there, the car wasn't filthy. And I want to say that was like maybe 2000. It was like maybe 2017, 18 is when I started like offering more packages. I got me a website, and I think I had my packages at I had a full detail like at $100. I think it was like 100 for a standard, like 120, 130, 140, something like that. And at the time. And and I remember somebody booking a full detail. And when I got there, the car wasn't that dirty. It was like, something that I would have did a maintenance where I would have charged them like $50 and just wiped it down, vacuumed and washed and gave their car back. And the guy said he's never had a detail, but he said that he wipes it down. He washes it, and he, does the best he can with it, but he wants a detail. He wants everything done to it. I'm like, okay. I think I was paying like 160 something. I'm like, all right, cool. So I start on the car, get it right, and everything. And then the guy he paid it, and he gave me like a $60 tip. I'm like, okay. So then another guy that lives where he moved, but he used to live in the neighborhood right across from me. I'm out in the yard cutting my grass. He pulls up on me and he's like, "Hey man, I need you to detail my." He said, "I need you to detail my truck. He has a dually. So I need you to detail my truck." And I was like, "What you want?" He was like, "Nah, I want everything done." He said, "I want your big package." I'm like, "All right." So we set it up. I go over there and do the car. He gives me a big tip. His car is not that dirty. All right. And then what was that? And then, it just, 2018, 2019, it just started growing and growing and growing. Went down to visit Sporty. Went down to visit Sporty. That's when I did all those videos of Sporty. Just got this all, just absorbed all the energy from him. I came back. When I came back, I started getting full detail after full detail after full detail, just back to back. None of those cars were dirty, man. And they paid the price and they tipped. Nobody negotiated. Nobody. Nobody negotiated. So what you think I'm gonna start doing now? You think I'm gonna start? You think I'm gonna start? You think I'm a? You think now I got people that's booking me. I went from no full details ever to full details at least 3 or 4 a week, and I'm still doing lawns now. I'm getting 2 or 3 a week, and people booking on the website, people calling, people passing by my house. Hey, can you put me on your schedule? People getting standards and tipping. You think I'm going to negotiate now? That just don't make no sense. And so I'm just telling you guys, man, like if if that's the way you feel, and that's great. That's great. If that's how you want to conduct your business, that's great. I don't tell nobody how to do their business. But please do that for some years and then come back and tell me how it's going. I just want to know what you're gonna say. If you're gonna be honest, if you're gonna keep it real and be honest, ain't no way. All right, Michael Jackson. Lots of damage, oh man. All of them, man. Like, it's gonna be SEO and social media is gonna be the main source, main strategy, Alexander Cruz. But uh word of mouth doesn't have to be word of mouth could be a strategy, but word of mouth is organic. It just happens anyway. But it's mainly SEO and social media. That's my strategy right now. But at first it was what I'm telling you guys what I was doing, starting off starting off that was my first strategy was starting off with cheap prices, building a buzz, building a buzz, using the car washes, recording them as content, putting them on social media, and I was showing different cars, showing different cars, showing different cars. I'm telling you, if you guys been following me since the beginning, you saw this. If you was following me on Facebook and on Instagram, you saw this. Go back, go to my Instagram, go back, go all the way back, and you're gonna see car after car after car after car, lawn after lawn after lawn after lawn after lawn. I was showing people that, yo, I must be hot because everybody let me do their car. I must know what I'm doing, you know. And before you know it now, you know, people seeing, oh man, he does good work. I'm showing a nasty vehicle, and I'm not showing Ferraris and Bentleys and Mercedes and all that. I'm showing regular, smegular, everyday, regular cars, and that people can see, like, oh, like man, I got that same car. My car look like that, and they see the after picture, and I'm telling you, I was putting it out there over and over and over because I wanted everybody in my friend list that knew what I was doing. I didn't care if they got a detail or not. I just need them to see it. So when they in the break room, when they in the break room and they hear somebody talking, and it's like, man, I wish I could get somebody to come clean my car, man. I know a guy. I know a guy. Hold on, let me go in his Facebook. Here he is right here. I'm gonna send you his stuff. And then, oh yeah, I got your number from such and such. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And I do their car. Boom. Nice tip. Nice check, nice tip. That's what I'm telling y'all, man. Right. That's what I'm saying. And then here's the thing, man. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. A lot of people that's on here detailing, a lot of people that you follow on social media and I'm not talking about your big YouTubers, but all these people that you see like on the new wave and different platforms, detailing for money, all this stuff. A lot of these people are not getting a lot of money, man. A lot of these people are not charging big money. Don't let them fool you. A lot of people are not. And I like when people come on here and keep it real. I see you, Big Z. Bro, I'm in that transitional stage right now. I'm getting more $200 details. You see what I'm saying? Keeping it real. You got a lot of people out here acting like they get big money, and they're not. I know they not. I can tell when I watch them. When I see a guy doing car after car after car after car after car after car, I know you ain't charging a lot of money. I know. I can tell. I can tell. I can see what you do. I know you're not charging a lot. You probably in that 30, 40, $50 range. I'm not hating on you, but because I did the same thing. I put the videos out there. I didn't tell a lot of people how much I was charged at the time on, like social media and people that was in other states that was watching and subscribing to me. And I didn't tell a lot of people what I was charging. I put prices out there here and there. But I didn't tell a lot of people what I was charging. I didn't have a website. I didn't have a price list that was online or anything. I just wanted to showcase my skills and advertise. And I knew I would tell y'all, do cars for free. I would go literally wash my own car in the parking lot to build buzz. You see what I'm saying? And and I would do friends' cars for free, people that I knew for free, just so I can get their coworkers. That's negotiating. I was getting myself in there. But once I reach a certain level, once I reach a certain level, why would I continue to do that when I'm past that level? It just don't make any sense. Right. I see you, David Branch. Right. It's nothing wrong with that. And that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, I, you know, I don't, I don't care at this point now. Like, now, don't get me wrong. If if I fall off and lose everything and I had to start over, oh, best believe that's gonna be a strategy I'm gonna pull when it needs to be pulled. Best believe, trust me. because I don't care what you say. Anybody that's successful fell off bad, you know. And I got stories for days. I got situations I've been in, things that happened to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting to the perfect time to just put the story out there. But I fell off bad. I wasn't always where I'm at now. I fell off bad. I remember I was at the bottom. I fell off bad. And so, trust me, you can't have one without the other. You're gonna have to be on this side to get to this side. And to appreciate this side, you have to went through this side. So you got to go through the bad to get to the good. And the bad is gonna make you appreciate the good. It's gonna humble you. Trust me. Trust me. I'm not gonna, I'm not up here just talking just to be talking. Trust me. I went through this. Even Sporty, even Sporty. Sporty got locked up, was in prison. He fell off. He was doing his thing, doing good, made some mistakes, went to prison, got out, had to start all over again. He had a van with detailing equipment in. So when he got out, that he was going to start back detailing. Guess what? Somebody stole the van when he was locked up. So when he gets out, he ain't got nothing. You see what I'm saying? So he had to, to he had to start over. He had to buy everything. He had to buy a new van. He had to get a new setup, everything. He had to start over, start from scratch. And don't get it twisted. Ask him. Ask him. He used to do $25 details. $25 details. Now go look at his prices. His standard is probably 115. I think his full detail starts at 205 or 225 or something like that. $1,000 days. I just went up there I was just with Sporty this past weekend. Well, hold on. Not this weekend, the weekend before last. Yeah, the Memorial Day weekend. I was just in New Jersey. Go out there, man. We go out there and do when I go out there, boom, $1,000 days back to back. I was there. I got there Saturday. I didn't leave till Tuesday. That's what I'm telling you. I seen and everybody that I know that's successful fell off and had to claw their way back up. And guess what they did? They negotiated. They did what they had to do. But trust me, once you establish yourself, that's what I'm saying. See, I know that if I don't want to go back to having to go back and forth about my money. You see what I'm saying? And I did. I wanted to have my own business because I got tired of working for people. See, when you go get a job, that's when you negotiate your pay. And sometimes even then, you can't even negotiate your pay. But when you go get a job, that's when you negotiate. I don't want to have to negotiate. So that's why I started my own business. And that's why I negotiated in the beginning to put myself in a position so I won't have to negotiate anymore. Then I also, another thing that I do, because when the winter time comes, I remember 1 year, actually 2 years, 2 years in a row, 2014 and 2013 and 2014. When the wintertime hit, I didn't save no money. Wintertime hit, guess what? Okay, I got to go get a job. So I went and got a job. Went and got a job. Hated it. Worked the job until the spring, quit. 2014, same thing. Went and got another job because I didn't save my money for the wintertime. So then I got desperate to the point where I was going to go back and forth with somebody over price and do work, do cheap work. I mean, do a whole bunch of work for a little bit of money because I'm in a bad position right now. So that's why I saved. That's why I said now, I'm not doing that no more. I'm not doing it no more. What I started doing was I started working and saving. I said, okay, for every yard I do, I'm saving $10. If I did 5 yards that day, $50. That's what I did. And so now when the wintertime comes, I'm not gonna get desperate and I'm not gonna make a crazy decision because my money's low. I'm not. You see what I'm saying? I remember I spent 2 days, 12, 10 to on the interior of a farmer's truck and followed up with a basic wash and spray wax on the exterior and made a total uh, grand slam of 120. Yeah. And see those things. I've done stuff like that. Literally. See, I've done stuff like that. But a lot of people won't admit it. They'll act like they came in the game charging 300. I'm talking about go ask people their prices. Oh man, I charge 350 for a full detail. I charge 400. I charge 5, 6. Man, I don't do nothing but polish. I don't do nothing but ceramic coatings. I don't do nothing but paint correction. Okay. Okay. I hear you. Yeah. Yeah. You get a customer every day for $1,200 a car. Okay, we believe. Yeah, right. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. So I know better, man. I've experienced too much, and I just watch and pay attention, man. Everybody ain't doing like they say they do, but it's cool. It's cool. You can keep it to yourself. If you keep it to yourself, it doesn't bother me. But I'm just saying that I'm just telling you guys that just keep it real. Just keep it real. Trust me, because trust me, it's a lot of people out there that's been in those shoes, and I can feel you on that. 10 to 12 hours, $120. I did that. I did that. I remember I did a leaf job. I did a leaf job like 2012. A leaf job. I mean a backyard full of leaves for $100. It took me 2 days. I started the first day, I think I worked for about 10 hours. And the second day, I think I worked for like another 6 hours for $100. Won't be doing that no more. And guess what? I negotiated with the guy. Won't do that no more. And then I started thinking because I'm pretty sure everybody on here can add, subtract, multiply, and divide. And I started realizing, okay, if I'm gonna do a big job like that, that's gonna take me all day. If I'm gonna do a big job like that, I start thinking, okay, when I just for 40 $50, it only takes me an hour. I, you know, okay, so why would I go and do because I'm scared to give you what I want to charge you? Why would I go and do and work 16 hours for $100 when I can cut 2 yards? It takes me 2 hours for $50 a piece. You see what I'm saying? I started at 80. Now I'm at 140, 45 hours for $80. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people did that. Everybody didn't come in. Everybody didn't come in. Now, you got some people who, you probably had some people who work with somebody. They work with somebody and they learned, they got the experience, and they went off on their own, and they came in charging what their who they was working for was charging or around and about. It's only a few people is gonna be able to do that. But for the most part, man, everybody, I'm telling you, everybody was coming in with low prices. I didn't even offer a detail package. I was car washing 20, 30, 40, 50. That's what I was charging. Oh, you know what? I've said that to myself. Why work for yourself cheaper than you get paid on a job when you break it down hourly? Exactly. Exactly. I remember saying that to myself years ago. I remember saying it to myself when I was on the job, I work 8 hours and make 120. And now I'm making $100 and it took me like 16 hours. Not thinking, just moving, not thinking. It got so serious. I started, like I just said, okay, I'm not going on this side of town. I'm not going on that side of town. Not that it's bad or I think I'm too good for that side of town, but I got so much work right here in this 5 mile radius. Why leave this 5 mile radius? You know? And so I'm talking about I'm making decisions like, okay, I'm on this side of town Monday. I'm on this side of town Tuesday. I'm on this side of town. That's how I started doing it. You get better. You get better. You should be moving forward. You should be growing and moving forward. You don't need to be doing the stuff that you was doing when you first started. You don't need to be making those same mistakes. You got to be moving forward. Right. Right. And the people that work hard usually get paid the least. People that work hard usually get paid the least, man. And it's funny because like the people that cars that you do that's paying those high prices, they don't physically work as hard as you do. They may work hard, but it's another type of hard work. But physically, manually work, they don't do that. They pay you to do that. I'm just saying, man. Y'all got to get y'all mind right. That's why y'all don't hear me. That's why y'all don't hear me talk about chemicals and products and all that. Y'all don't really hear me talk on that. I'm trying to get this right. If this ain't right, I don't care. I don't care how good you are, what products and what chemicals you got. It means nothing if you ain't got this right. If you ain't thinking right and you can't think your way through a situation, that don't mean nothing. I don't care what you do. That don't mean nothing. Cause trust me, I'm talking about I was doing cars with a all I had. This is all I had. I had my 330-gallon water tank on the back of my Chevy, a Craftsman pressure washer, a little small little, I think it was 1,000-watt generator. It probably was running at 800. And it had one plug in it. Did it have two plugs in it? I think it had one plug. One. And I plugged it up to run my vacuum. That was it. And I had me a bucket. And I would stick all my chemicals in that bucket. Car wash soap, APC, tire shine. That was it. And a few rags. That was it. And I would open them doors and I would get busy. And I'm talking about if y'all watch some of the videos in the beginning, that's all I had. That's all I had. And I was getting them cars clean. Didn't know what a drill brush was. I didn't know what a drill brush was till 2017. And I started my business 2012. I didn't know what a steamer was. I didn't use air compressors. I knew what the air compressor was. Didn't use them. Didn't even think about it. You know. So, like I said, man, you should be growing. If you know if I'm looking at some videos you did in 2017, it shouldn't look like the videos in 2019 in 2020. It should be looking like 2017. You got to be moving forward and growing, and you don't do that until you start working up here. You start thinking this stuff out. Start thinking yourself. Start thinking yourself. I mean, start thinking this stuff out, man. Because that's sit around and I think of ways, and trust me, I know some of you guys are dreading the winter time. Y'all dreading the winter because because a lot of people didn't save. A lot of people didn't save no money. They dread the winter time. It's coming. After October, it's finna start getting It's finna start getting cold now. Some places it's already cold. Some places already getting snowed now. So when it comes, boy, a lot of people gonna be sick, you know. But I love when the wintertime comes because I get a chance to relax. I get days off. You know, I may work Monday, off Tuesday, work Wednesday, Thursday, off Saturday, and I can sit back and work on the business. I can think of things, all the stuff that, all the stuff that I want to do, I can start working on it. I can start working on it, get better. And preparing like and really I'm gonna really work because I'm telling you, I'm gonna do a lot of stuff with my setup. I'm gonna really work on my setup because I can't really do it like I want because it's only so much I can do until I gotta go do an appointment or I gotta go do a yard. So when the winter time comes, I'm a lot of things, get a lot of stuff going, and so I can be more efficient. But I'm always trying to improve, always trying to get better and better. I'm talking about daily, daily. I'm always trying to figure out, okay, how can I do this better? How can I do that quicker? Anything. I'm talking about unloading, setting up to start to do a detail or setting up to start doing a lawn. I'm like, okay, I need to do this instead of doing this because every time I do this, I get hung up or this is it's not quick enough. I'm always trying to get better. So, like I said, in the beginning, I was negotiating. I shouldn't be negotiating 8 years later. I shouldn't be negotiating. This is just doesn't make any sense. But I'm about to get off here. I'm gonna stay on here about 5 more minutes. If y'all got any questions, feel free to ask now. Y'all got any comments y'all want to go ahead and do it now? 5 more minutes and I'm out of here. If you guys are not a member of the New Wave Facebook group, if you're not a member of the New Wave Facebook group, go ahead and join today. Uh, go to Facebook, go to the search, type in New Wave by A&A. New Wave by A&A. You're going to see a New Wave logo, and then you're going to see that A&A logo in the middle. And so when you see that, you know you're in the right place. Go ahead and request to join. I'm accepting everybody, man. What is the worst condition vehicle that you have seen, and did you feel like walking away and say no, or did you still detail it and thought, what have I done? Yes. Yeah, I've done that a few times. Yeah. But once I do something, man, I don't quit. I don't give up. Once I, commit to it, I do the best that I can. I do the best that I can. I go as hard as I can. And usually the nasty cars, you don't get no complaints because anything you do to it makes it look better. And the customers, sometimes they feel bad for you because they know they gave you a filthy car, and then you spend 5, 6 hours on it. And see, I'm gonna tell you, like with me, uh, I wake up early. Uh, I go ahead and eat breakfast. I use the bathroom and everything, and I carry snacks and water. And when I get out there, I barely take a break. I don't take no bathroom breaks. I'll work the entire 6 hours straight. And so when the customer sees that, they just be like, "Yeah," they be like, "Wow, you didn't take a break. You didn't do anything." And then it makes them tip you. And even if the job didn't come out how they would like, you know, they paying you for your effort. And I've never got any complaints on filthy cars, man. I see you, Big Z. Appreciate you. Appreciate your black details. Shine Rider. What you mean you ain't seen me in a while? You ain't been watching. When I went live, what, maybe 2 weeks ago, a week ago? You know what? I don't do David Branch, I don't do a lot of house washes. Like they'll come in spurts. Like every time I do one, I end up doing another one. And it's not like they saw me doing one, and I get the one across the street. It'll be, different sides of town. But I did about I probably done 3 house washes this year. Maybe more. I just can't remember. But I know I haven't done more than 5 house washes this year. I did I might have done maybe 4 driveways. I don't it's not that often, man. It's not that often. Uh Bulk of my business is lawn care and detailing. And the detailing is slowly creeping up, and the detailing is really more profitable as far as the profit margin versus lawn care. Lawn care, more revenue comes in lawn care because it's more consistent. But they're about to be tit for tat, and I'm enjoying every bit of it. I am tired now. I'm tired because I've been going and going and going. I'm tired, so I'm ready for the winter time. I'm really, I got my money saved up. Because I mean, at the end of the day, man, like I ain't really got nothing. Like I ain't really got nothing fly, nothing like that. I done sold my cars. I had the colors in the Bonneville. I sold both of those. Uh, I don't got no jewelry. I ain't got no, I got clothes, but they're old. All I care about is providing for my family and paying keeping the roof over their head, keeping the lights on. So like, you know, I do have the cash to go do that, but I don't feel like I deserve it yet. But soon I'll be making some purchases because all I used to like to get fly and jewelry and cars and clothes and all. For the past, I'm telling you, for the past like 8 years, I ain't done nothing, man. Basically, just making sure my son and everybody's good. All right, I see you, Shine Rider. Right, but yeah, man. Like, so that's all I'm thinking about right now, man. Is just waiting for that winter time to come so I can just relax and focus on the business because it's a lot of business moves that I cannot put it that well that I don't that I be too tired to put into play because putting in 10-hour days, 12-hour days, sun up to sundown every day, Monday through Sunday. Lucky if it rains and you get a you know it rains and you get you're able to get a day off. And even then, you're taking care of personal stuff that's been lingering that you haven't been able to do because you've been working so hard. Just like tomorrow, I got a light day. I got some yards I got to do, but I got to do my yard first because I got to trim my bushes. You see what I'm saying? Like I used to do my yard every 3 days. I haven't done my yard every 3 days in years. I'm lucky if I can get it once a week now. So between me and Ashton, you know, Ashton he cuts it, but I haven't had time to edge and trim the bushes and everything. So I'm gonna get out in the morning. I'm gonna do that before I do anybody's yard. I'm gonna do mine. But man, I'm gonna get out of here, man. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Again, all you guys that Shine Rider, if you're not a member of the New Wave, go ahead and join now. It's on Facebook. Just go to New Wave, type in New Wave by A&A. You're gonna see the A&A logo that y'all know so well, and it's gonna be in the middle of a New Wave logo. Go there and join. I post stuff on there. Sometimes I give out some advice on there. Um, Follow me on my Instagram. My Instagram is AA Professional Services. AA Professional Services. Go follow me there. That way, like y'all can keep up with me when I'm not doing YouTube videos. My Facebook is A&A Professional Services. You're gonna see the logos on all of them. When you see it, you're gonna know it's me. Follow me there, and I post pics, little clips, little videos. Y'all go there. Y'all go there and follow me. Then y'all can keep up with each other and see with each other. And y'all can put a face to the names that y'all be seeing on in chat and stuff like that when y'all go to the New Wave. So I just started in March. It's grown to like 620 something members so far. Uh, so I'm trying to get to 1,000 before the end of the year. I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Shouts out to New Wave. Peace.